Hey, welcome back to another episode of Instagram Podcast. I'm your host, Juan, and as always, my co-host is here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hello.
Hey, man, how's it going?
I'm so tired of being the way that I am, but I'm doing good.
I like the way you are. It makes me happy.
Listen, man, I've been too stressed out lately.
I love it.
And I don't want to be.
I like it.
My blood pressure,
Can't get enough of it.
It's going up and up.
Did you eat the mango my mom sent you?
Listen, man.
Because those are good for the heart. Actually, I don't know if that's true. What did you do with it? Here, I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but
I hate mangoes.
Yeah,
I like mango flavored things, but I hate mangoes.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I was coming over to record, and Mom's just like, "Hey, you go say hi to Trip. Tell him I said hi. I want to know how he's doing." He's like, "He's doing good." And she hands me a mango and goes, "Give us a Trip." And I go, "Okay." And so I gave you the mango, and you just like threw it in my mom's face.
I like so many. I like almost every other fruit. Nothing.
Is it still here?
No, I got rid of it once it started getting moldy. Because I was like, maybe I'll put a smoothie or something together and use some mango. But honestly, I just could not make up my mind because I don't like mango.
Look,
like cutting mango, but I don't like mango.
Speaking of mango, that great segue into what we're talking about this week. This week we were supposed to talk about the new Godzilla movie, but fuck that noise. You know what? Why? Because we're talking about something else. We're talking about Sailor Moon movie, SNR.
Yep.
RNS?
Sailor Moon R, the movie, and Sailor Moon S, the movie.
Yeah, we fucked up. We thought we were going to have the Godzilla thing in our back pocket, and then we were, very abruptly reminded by Sierra that we said we'd go watch Sailor Moon with her at the movie theaters.
Well, the thing is, I remembered that I was going to go see that.
I remember.
And I kept thinking, and I'm like, wait, didn't we say we were going to do an episode on that when we were talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and anyways, we're doing an episode on it, which is fun because I don't know anything about Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I know the bare minimum about it.
I know maybe more than the bare minimum, but it's only in video games.
Yeah, I know a bunch of memes, like the
the
pop
butterfly
culture reference,
Well, sorry, the bird, whatever
it is. Is it a butterfly or a moth or whatever? Yeah, whatever. Anyways,
it's a bug.
So we owe you guys one. We'll talk about Godzilla in the upcoming weeks. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But so how about we talk about just what's good, man? What's up with you?
I finally finished building my computer.
Oh yeah? What was it? Name all the issues that came up.
Started out, bought the wrong kind of RAM. Idiot. I had my friend check out all the different parts that I was getting for it. And
Name drop. What's her name?
Beth.
Your fault, Beth. Keep going.
Yeah, well, kind of. She also saved me some time because as I was going on, I switched out a few things that I was going to get, and I switched them all around. She's like, "Oh shit, your CPU's not going to work with that motherboard." So I switched that before I went ahead and actually ordered the parts. She didn't catch that the RAM's not going to work with the motherboard. So anyways, had to get more RAM, had to get different RAM.
Mm-hmm. Not as cool looking RAM. Different RAM, not as cool because it's not like shiny ass blue. Instead, it's just like black and white, which is fine. Mm-hmm. So, got that shit, put it all together. Then it wasn't working, and I was like, "Why the fuck isn't this working?" Well, it turns out that there were in the instructions and all the like manuals and shit, they were not clear at all. A couple of things had like extra places to plug in, extra little things to do. So I was taking care of that. And then stuff wasn't working still as I'm like bringing up as much as I can. But now at this point, it's actually telling me like error codes. Yeah. Like what you could like to Google look up.
Yeah. Like possibly like what's going on. And a bunch of things weren't working well. So I reset the BIOS a few times, which is like the essentially the operating system of the motherboard. Think of it like that. Mm-hmm. So I reset that a few times to get like different shit working out. Had to go ahead and take out because I got a couple of different things for RAM. So I removed one of the chips and then it still wasn't working. And then I had to remove one of the hard drives because I'm using two. So one can like boot everything up and the other one's for all the games and shit that I have. That way it won't clutter it. So it'll be a lot quicker to just start my computer versus, having all that shit there. Yeah. Anyways, it wasn't working. So I had to remove one of the hard drives and then finally it's booting up and it's popping up on my TV or my display monitor, whatever. I'm like, holy fuck, it's finally working. And then this is the point where I realized that the Windows that I had, because I read that you could just download it onto a hard drive, set it up to boot like in Windows, and you could install Windows through that and then purchase it through that. That's apparently a method a lot of people use. but it wasn't working out. So whatever, fuck it. I got my computer up and running. I'll address that issue soon. And then I realized that my CPU that I had bought didn't come with a heat sink. Of course, anybody that's built a computer is like, of course you need a fucking heat sink on it. But me, not having built it, read a couple of reviews, they're like, it's so cool, but it doesn't need a heat sink.
They're like, fuck it.
Yeah, no, the reviews fucking said like, oh, it doesn't need a heat sink, like it doesn't come with one or whatever.
They were trolling,
so
or they really didn't know?
Who fucking knows, man? I don't know, but the couple things I read were just like, fine, that's cool, whatever, everything's fine. My other one that I was going to buy did come with a heat sink, so I was like, that's kind of weird. I'll look at it. Okay, no, it's all good.
So you had to buy a heat sink.
So anyways, I had to buy one of those. It took a little bit longer to get here. So while that was coming in, I was like, well, I mean, I might as well get Windows on a flash drive to just install, because Windows does sell that and it's like super convenient and easy. So I went ahead and finally did that. Didn't fuck anything up from that point on. Everything worked out good. Got it to boot, installed Windows, was like, cool, good to go. Let's pop this bitch open, add in some more RAM, add in another hard drive, popped that back in, and it just booted up like normal. Everything's good. No problems since starting it, and it's a fucking dream.
I'm glad you haven't used it to do anything yet, though. So
what? I have.
What did you play on it?
Played a bunch of No Man's Sky. I beat Raft.
Actually, we talked about that. Cool.
I wrote the script.
Oh, you wrote this on this thing?
Oh, yeah.
And how long did it take you to write the script? To make it faster writing the script?
Yeah, I was
Does
like,
it run Microsoft Word
my
faster?
fingers are moving on their own. Like, how is this happening? My thoughts are becoming words.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Well, I'm glad you finally got your really nice computer working, you asshole. I wish I had one.
It was a pain in the ass. I wouldn't do it again, but I'm glad that I did it.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. Fuck doing that again. Yeah, and then I don't even think I watched any anime other than Sailor Moon this week.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just been just kind of doing my thing.
So that means you're behind on My Hero?
I am. I haven't watched the most recent episode. Tomorrow's going to be my anime day, and I'm going to bust.
Nice.
I'm busting hard.
Nice, because you have the day off tomorrow. Nice.
Yeah, man. But I did see a little clip of some fights going on, and I'm so fucking ready for it. Like, oh, you sexy little cop motherfucker.
Well, for me, like the anime season's off and running, so like there's plenty of stuff to watch.
Oh yeah.
I caught up with the My Hero. We also means you had to sat down and talked about what we were gonna watch together.
Yeah. Oh, that's always an important one. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think together we're watching Angels of Death. Obviously My Hero.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
I think we said no to Overlord.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think we're also watching Banana Fish.
Yeah.
And then that Sugar Sweet Land Time.
You're watching that with her?
She likes it because
Happy Sugar Life.
Yeah, because she's crazy, and I'm interested to see where it goes.
I really want to see where it goes. So you watched the second episode yet?
We're gonna watch that.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And I think that's all we agreed upon watching together. I think we're both gonna watch Cells at Work, but just separately, because it's one of those shows where like
it's just an easy
it's really
little filler type thing.
Watch it whenever
it's got
you
some
want.
good action.
But yeah, for me, I caught up on a couple of those My Hero, and then I watched the first episode of Attack on Titan, and I was super excited because as much as I hate the fact that they did me wrong, and that I hate, what are they called? Studio what?
Wit?
Yeah, Studio Wit. Fucking weakest studio out there. Fuck them.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Fucking Studio Feels is better than them. You know what? Fucking Handshaker Studio is better than Studio Wit. Said it now on this podcast.
Hey, why do you feel that way, Juan?
Because they did me wrong. I made me wait for 4 years for fucking 12 episodes. Fuck them. They can even do 2 core.
They were working on this shit.
No, they were working on fucking the Cabanera, the Iron Fortress, which was just, again, Attack on Titan.
And what else were they working on?
Nothing. What else? This?
No, that one show about the girl and the guy, and it was so fucking boring.
What other show?
Oh, no, wait. I'm not talking about that other one. After the Rain. I really enjoyed After the Rain.
Did Wit do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why it was so pretty.
Fuck them. They should have been working on Attack on Titan.
They were working on Magic Man and the girl.
The Ancient Magic Spread.
Fuck. Finally.
Show also looked very pretty.
You caught up with me. But the show that I forgot the name of.
Yeah, look, man. Okay, so as much as I'm upset with Studio Wit, I'm really excited because it's Attack on Titan's really good.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this season. I've only seen art and like a couple seconds to the outro because I've been trying really hard not to watch it.
No, you saw like the teaser trailer that came out a while back.
Yeah. Because my roommate and I watched it, but him and I have been doing separate shit for a while. So he was trying to decide if he wanted to watch it as it's airing or wait until or watch it now and then catch up when it's airing because there was supposed to be a delay, but I guess second episode is aired, so now it's free game. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, for sure. So first episode I really enjoyed. My only huge complaint I was telling you was I'm really not digging, the intro.
Yeah.
Especially because we've come to like really like and like love my, Attack on Titan's, intros, songs, because they're so epic and they're so catchy.
Can you go through all three of the originals?
Sasageos was one, right? And then
that's
there's
season 3.
And there's dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the first one.
There's there one. Is that so? The second one's one I can't remember. Hold on.
Oh man. Second one's maybe my favorite.
I think it is your favorite. The second one.
Well, because the third is third's so good though. But.
Hold on. It's a Salagio. Dun dun dun. Is that the same one?
That's the first one.
I can't do this. What's the second one?
Oh
yeah.
And then it goes into the fucking electric guitars fucking come in. So all of a sudden there's like, and you're like, yeah, horses. I love horses. Yeah. Yeah. You don't remember that?
I mean, I remember it now.
You're like, oh man, that's the female Titan. Yeah, I've seen her.
Yeah.
All right.
So those,
the fucking,
I'm saying those first three intros, like the songs are just so good. To be disappointed with this one is just, it was so bad.
But how do you feel about the outro? Because I never really cared about the outros, but then the third outro came out and I was like, I love it. It's perfect.
The intro is fine. I mean, I don't think
it's fine. Okay.
It's nothing to write home about. Ain't no
so
fucking
season 3 huge disappointment is what you're trying to say.
Intro, yes. So far, the first episode of the show, I was really digging it. I had a really good time. I was like, fucking stupid Aaron and stupid Jaegers and stupid fucking stupid, and then shit happens. I'm like, nice. I like this.
He's like, okay, I guess the season's amazing. Whatever.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's what I've been doing with animes. I feel like I also watched Sailor Moon. I wanted to say real quick, it's been kind of shitty outside lately.
Holy shit. Okay, first off, I don't like the way that you put that, but okay.
It has been very.
Why
shitty.
has it been really shitty?
Well, I mean, like just like where we're at right now, like it's really been like fucking smoky and foggy. And that's because a few it's a couple hours away, 3 hours away, something like that, 2-3 hours
an
away.
hour and a half.
Yeah, hour and a half away. There's like a really huge fire, the car fire.
Yeah, it's
right?
it's become a national disaster, I think, or something like.
It's like they said, like
we're seeking aid.
Yeah, like fucking, it's really bad. What it is this big old wildfire that we can't seem to get.
I think it's called the car
fire. Yeah, CARR, because it started in some place called Car or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And it's moved its way down to Redding, which is a pretty big place up here in Northern California. And
the fire's like in the city.
Yeah, no, I know. At first, I was like, because where we're from, there's fires, they get taken care of.
We had an enormous fire roughly 10 years ago, maybe it was 11, and it was right next to my dad's house. It was fucking crazy. The helicopters, the helicopters were picking up water from the stream at my dad's house,
dropping them off,
and dropping it on the other side of the creek. It was insane.
Yeah.
So we've been around this, but that's also like, that's kind of like in the mountains a little bit. It's tucked away,
harder to get to.
And then up in Paradise as well, they're like, it's more rural in some places, and there was a big fire that was all across the freeway up there.
Yeah.
And then it started affecting houses over there. So we've had little parts of this, but this is fucking enormous.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like it's kind of like the trade-off you get in places like, some people live in places like, oh, what do you do with tornadoes or blizzards or floods,
monsoons, hurricanes?
Like the thing we deal with mostly, besides it being really hot, is like fire because it's super dry as fuck. If, anything can start a fire. So this fire is. At first, I didn't pay it too much mind, and then it got pretty serious. Started evacuating people, and then
well, that happened like I think it was Thursday or Friday. Yeah. It suddenly just started getting crazy.
Well, what happened is it jumped the Sacramento River. Like that was the thing. People were like, oh, it's gonna be fine. Reading will be fine, but it jumped the river. Yeah. So and then it just kept going. So it's like I think they were saying how it's like. I don't remember how many acres it is, but they're saying that at that point they were only at 6% containment, which is not good. And from the first reports, it's like there's like 2 to 5 buildings have been burned. At this point, I think it's like they're at 20% containment. 6 people have died, and there's been like
it's only been 6.
Yeah, 6 people have died, and then like there's been like I think they were saying like hundreds of houses or buildings, structures burned. So it's like it's really shitty, and again, we're pretty far away from it, like, an hour and something away from it. But we do see that effect, and we're seeing a lot of people I see a lot of people on social media, like talking about it. And it sucks. And I feel really bad for people who are out there.
Yeah.
But I want to give props to like all the firefighters who are out there working really hard.
Absolutely.
Doing their jobs, trying to protect people. And then to all people who are like, helping out people out, giving aid, like letting people stay with them or taking care of people's animals. Props to all of them. And everybody who lives out there, keep your head up. Things will get better. We were working on it. I saw somewhere that like there's over 10 states that are like other states that are coming to help us.
Yeah.
And there's 6 more that are also on the way. So like 10 current states here to help. And like 6 more that are like sending people. So yeah, hopefully we can get this under control. And it's a bummer. It's kind of shitty to come outside, and just see like the cloud, the sky all
just
like
smells smoky. Everything's gray.
Yeah, just such a shitty filter. The sun's a different color. It's pretty disappointing. But
my boss went to this place called Black Butte, and he went to the creek. There was just smoke hovering over the creek. Like everything was gray, and there was even just gray over the creek. It was crazy, I guess.
Yeah, so, it's a real bummer.
It's been nuts.
People out there just I guess pray for the best, and hopefully this shit gets taken care of pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then after everything's resolved, I guess people who live there and have lost things, hopefully they can get the help they need to get back on their feet or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just I don't want to bum people out, but like that's the state that I've been at. I go outside
that's pretty much how it is.
Feel like, wow, this is really shitty. People are having a bad time right now because of some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like a fire. Yeah.
It doesn't suck for me. Like it sucks that my allergies are worse.
Yeah.
But I'm not thinking about that when I go outside.
Yeah, you also didn't die or lose all your shit. Yeah, I feel you.
I still have everything. It's pretty cool. But yeah, big bummer.
For sure.
I'm pretty sad about what's happening. I know my general manager, her daughter, who's a fan of ours, Bailey, was supposed to go to Reading to do a swim meet.
Yeah, couldn't do it.
It got canceled. It's crazy. Like that's how it was looking on Friday. Friday, everything good to go. Saturday, no bueno.
Yeah.
Everything sucks. And today's Monday, and we're just like, okay.
Yeah, no, Sunday I was supposed to go to, my cousin he was going to like a championship soccer game.
Yeah.
I think he's like in some sort of semi-pro thing or whatever.
Okay.
And it got canceled. It got pushed. I hit him up. I was like, hey man, is this still happening on Sunday? Because it's in Anderson, which is pretty close to Reading.
Yeah.
And he texted me back saying like, it got postponed for a couple weeks. I was like, yeah, even though it's not right there, I can imagine like the air quality is probably really shitty to go out play soccer.
Yeah, I don't think many people want to be outside at all right now.
Not at all. So yeah, so people out there, just be safe. Just try to do your best. I guess do your best to not get stuck in that fire and stay positive.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, listen to the warnings. I know a lot of people
kind of ignore them.
Yeah, they do ignore them. Like, okay, whatever, fuck evacuating. It's not going to come to me.
I feel like it happens to a lot of people. Like people, people like, oh, it's a tornado warning. Like, it's just a tornado warning. Those don't mean anything. And then the tornado hits your fucking trailer or something like that.
You just gotta listen.
Yeah, I mean, take them seriously. This is like not like I'm watching TV and fucking Action News Now pops up and I'm like, damn, I'm in the middle of this show, and I was like, oh. Holy shit, they fucking, my regularly scheduled program got interrupted. This is serious.
Yeah, this is for real.
This ain't a joke.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Anyways, do you want to talk about anything besides, the news, or do you got anything else you want to say?
I mean, we didn't get to do Pathfinder this weekend.
Oh yeah,
which
Eliza's
was a pretty
sick.
big bummer.
It's a bummer. We got to play, was it Crawl instead?
Yeah, it's called Crawl, and I had a lot of fun with it. I was surprised at how much fun Sierra was having.
She enjoyed it. I liked it too. It took me a while to get used to it because like it is
it's pretty weird.
It called? The style's like bit like
yeah. It kind of like old school.
But I'm saying it took my eyes, like it kind of hurt my head for a bit because like there's so much shit going on. But it was fun to play. I don't think so essentially like you think we talked about this in the past, like it's like a group of people who like are in a dungeon and then you guys all fight and then one of them lives and then you go through the dungeon, and the other 3 people who you're playing with, like, then try to kill you.
Because they become monsters, or they, like, possess items, and, And then, like, you have to level up to level 10, and then you have to fight the big boss, and then the other people control the big boss to try to beat you, and it's, like, a whole thing, and it's, like sabotaging your friends, but it's fun, Yeah, it gets way more intense than you would expect too.
I never got to actually challenge the boss, but I liked being the monsters. I thought that was super fun.
Yeah, I love being the monsters. Honestly, being the person kind of sucks.
It's hard. I mean, you gotta really focus because you're on your own, and
everyone else is like, "Let's fucking get him. Let's do some shitty shit for him."
Oh man, the shittiest thing was you can, if you as a ghost, you can collect these little blobs, and then you can summon slimes, and then someone can possess a slime. So the shittiest thing that would happen is, for me, was I would kill somebody, like the monster. I would become the good guy, and like I would start fighting, and then some asshole would decide to be a slime, right? And
then in the other corner of the room,
and then they'd chill on top of a trap with like spikes from the bottom, and the traps don't hurt the slime, just me. And so I can't leave the room until I kill the slime, right? But the person's waiting there with the spikes to hit me, and then there'll be another person who's possessed some sort of like arrow thing or like beam shooter that's just like shooting random things at you. And then I died so many times that way, and because
it's so shitty, but holy shit, it feels like, oh man, we just totally tricked that like hero.
Yeah, it was so bad because they'd be like, yes, I'm the good guy, and I'm like, fuck, I died. A slime killed me. A slime tricked me. It sucks.
It's not easy to be the good guy.
I like being the bad guy. Was fun. Being the bosses and killing people. I think you won a couple of them, right? Like you.
Yeah, I think I actually won twice.
I think you escaped twice.
Once.
I think you escaped twice, and I know that Kyle died twice. Like, and it's funny because like if you escaped, that means we won and the three of us lost.
Yeah.
But when Kyle lost twice, he's the only one that lost, and we all won. It's super funny. They say the name of the person. They'll be like, "Who was he? He was Dad or whatever."
Yeah.
He goes, "Dad lost his humanity." Like he's gone forever, which I think was super funny.
Fucking got him.
Yeah. So it's a bum reading and play Pathfinder. Next week we'll hopefully. I mean, this week we'll hopefully play it. If not, Eliza just needs to stop being sick.
Yeah. I mean, she does.
Crawl was fun though. Check it out. It's on what.
It's on a lot. Yeah, I think it's on everything, yeah.
It's a fun game. It's a fun party game.
It's being advertised right now on Steam, which
nice.
I didn't even know about it. I was just looking up like good co-op games a couple weeks ago, and I found it. So
yeah, fun game.
Yeah, super fun.
Cool.
But I mean, yeah, not a lot's going on with me, honestly, man. I'm just trying to take it sleazy.
I feel you, Doug. Why don't we get into the news then?
You fucking know I want to. So here's what's up. Crunchyroll Expo is going to be debuting the first 2 episodes of Double Decker, Doug and Kirill, which is a part of the upcoming Tiger and Bunny project.
Nice. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But I like Tiger and Bunny.
I had a really fun time with it. Near the end, I think I stopped liking it as much, but there were such cool things. Yeah. It was like a more realistic version of what My Hero Academia would be in some ways. Like,
it's more grounded in reality. Where like they're just like, yeah, we're superheroes, but we also need sponsors and to make money. And in this one, it's just like, yay, we're all superheroes. We make money, but it's not really explained how they make money or what they do.
Not really. And then it's just like the public is,
everybody's super supportive. It's crazy.
And there's still police.
You know what? I think the reason that My Hero has this, this way of thinking about like it being so okay is because so many people have powers. It's just kind of a thing. And I feel like in Tiger and Bunny, it's like not
as big. Yeah,
like a career choice to be like I want to be a hero is like it's a big thing. Like you're like cool. Not everybody can be a hero. It's really hard to be a hero. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to bring something up too that I thought was really cool. A few days ago, somebody posted this scene of well, I guess it's not really a scene, but this operation from Hunter x Hunter, where there's a big thing in the Chimera Ant arc where they're trying to infiltrate a palace, and it takes fucking like 40 episodes, right? And then it spends like another 30 episodes.
That's not true. You're
just of a fight. Okay, sorry. It takes like 30 fucking episodes for them to infiltrate, right? And it takes 20 for them to fight it out, right?
I don't believe you for a second.
Okay, well, fuck you, because that's how long it took. So it does this in real time, and it's like really cool because it shows all the different perspectives at the same time. It's about a 3-minute long video that shows all of this. It might actually be shorter than that because it has like the outro at the end of it and does a little intro thing too. But it shows all the different perspectives and a few things going on with like a couple of fights. But then after those fights happen, there's some crazy goddamn fights that happen as well, and like a bunch of other shit, which all take place within, I think they said like
2 minutes,
10 minutes or something
I think you told me about this arc.
Yeah, it took like 60 episodes to cover this like really small amount of time, something like that, right? And it was cool just seeing it condensed into that amount of time with like all the different fights going on with everything happening, and like all these arrows are raining from the sky, and you get to see when that happens and how it's affecting the other scenes versus like this happens in one episode and now we're going to jump back and now they're talking to each other and oh man, here come the arrows.
That's
and you
cool.
Like instead of seeing them like fucking slowly coming down as fall. Like everything's in slow motion as they're looking at each other and doing like crazy big fights. Yeah, they're just fucking plummeting everywhere. It was cool. I like that. And I've seen that in they did this I don't know if it was the same person, but somebody did this Dragon Ball Z type thing where it shows the time like of them actually fighting for like a big finale fight, taking over the course of like 8 seconds or something like that, but it's over the course of 5 episodes or like 10 or something.
That's cool.
Yeah. So just things like that I think are really interesting because in the anime, they're like, oh man, this took place over 5 minutes. You're like, holy shit, that's fucking nuts. But then like when you actually see it, you're just like,
Wow.
It's kind of stupid that they talked that much, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting to see. I guess I'd have to watch Hunter x Hunter to not feel cheated out of seeing this experience. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know how appealing it is to people that aren't Hunter x Hunter fans, but
if you're
as
a
somebody
Hunter
who was
fan,
into a lot of it and then felt like they just got fucking the rug swept out from underneath them at the last second, where they're like, we're not going to finish the story because the story's not over. It's just like, hey, man, fuck you.
you love this show.
I want to watch more. There's some cool shit.
You love it.
I liked so many parts.
Okay, what else you got, man? News-wise.
News-wise, let's get back into the news. So more Crunchyroll shit. Crunchyroll added a bunch of stuff to its catalog, like old stuff. Most importantly, they added back Nichijou,
Ayo.
which I fucking love.
Dope show. I wish it'd get a dub. God, it's just so fast-paced. It's kind of hard
is.
to keep up with it. It's a funny, great animation. Such great style. I like that show a lot.
Yeah, it's great, and I'm really happy they added it back on. Do you remember if Daily Lives of High School Boys was added back on the Crunchyroll?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so now we got our boys back. We got both of them. We got
Both.
Nichijou and Nichibro.
Both those shows would benefit from a dub, in my opinion.
That's a pretty good opinion to have, actually.
But good
I think
shows,
that
really
would be
funny,
more accessible.
really funny shows.
Yeah, just over the top, superb animation. Like, you go into this show and you're just expecting like a slice of life comedy show, but then it hits you with this unreal animation for like certain scenes that you would not expect.
Yeah, check it out. If you've never seen Nichijou, give it a couple episodes. It's for sure. It's a fun time.
Peep it out. It's a lot of fun. I also saw somebody did some fan art, which they took both Nichijou and God, what's that beautiful show that made me cry on Netflix? I'm forgetting the name of everything. Violet Evergarden. They swapped the styles of them. So they had the little like robot girl or whatever. Instead, they made it like Violet Evergarden. So it was really intense looking.
Yeah.
And then they made her like Violet look like this fucking dorky ass little like Nichijou bitch. Oh man, I loved it. So stupid. So anyways, I got more news for you. I think you were interested in that. Yeah. Well, guess what? Segue. Violet Evergarden was made by Kyoto Animation. I got Kyoto Animation news. You didn't think that was going to happen, but it did.
You're getting really good at this.
I know. Thank you so much. Kyoto Animation has announced a new project being called 20th Denmoku, which essentially means, if my Google Translate worked correctly, it's like 20th century music something or other. So, fucking old school music anime. Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
All right, cool. On to my next piece of news. See that segue? That was a good one, right?
Yeah, you just said news. And like,
yeah, I got more. Guess fucking what? Code Geass is going to have a big announcement on August 3rd in Japanese Standard Time. So I didn't do any more research on what time that would be. I don't even have a time.
Pachinko machine, Doug.
August, I don't know. It's August 3rd and then sometime
My bet
Japanese
is
Standard.
gonna
I
be
fucking suck at this
A
job.
new pachinko machine.
That's a good guess. Speaking of pachinko machines, I actually watched like a pretty in-depth video of this dude who lives in Japan trying to explain like the history of pachinko machines
I think I
and
saw
stuff.
that too. It was like a Vice kind of thing or whatever.
It was like 12 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a
long or
little
something,
documentary or whatever.
Yeah,
like the obsession with pachinko or whatever.
Yeah, like where it came from, and it explained something pretty cool to me. So the whole idea of pachinko is each ball cost 4 yen, which is like 4 cents roughly in the United States. So you get a shitload of balls and you play this game. It's confusing. People don't understand it, but you're like, I think I get more balls when I go into that little hole or whatever. So I'm just going to try to slam them all in that hole and maybe I'll get more. And then when you get more, you get to trade them in. So essentially they're like poker chips in a way. But gambling is illegal in Japan.
Ooh.
Yeah. So pachinko machines, they aren't gambling. They're just a fucked up machine. And then you get to exchange them at another building for your reward.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, if you've ever played Pokemon and you've gone to the game corner, you have to get your TMs and your Pokemon and whatnot by going over to another building to exchange everything.
Things,
which I thought was pretty cool. It like made me learn something for the first time.
Gambling's illegal out there, huh?
Yeah, fucked up, right?
That's interesting.
Or it used to be illegal. I don't know if it is now, but it definitely used to be. Which maybe that's why there's such huge success with like gambling and all different kinds of shows and like what's the name of the show? The rock paper scissors guy?
Yeah. Keijin, I don't know.
Whatever it is. I don't know.
Now I gotta look it up.
Big nose motherfucker who like bets his life or some shit.
KG, something like that.
KG, yeah.
Yeah, dog, the fucking animal, whatever. What's it called? Animal World? Or
Animal World. Yeah, that's the one.
The new movie that's going to come out.
Yeah. So like shit like that's really popular. And then Keijo also, or not Keijo. I just think of the same shit. Kakegurui. I was just like, it's got a K in its name, whatever.
You want to get your gambling freak on, I feel it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that there's another element of like, it's illegal, so it's even more exciting kind of thing. I don't really know. But I thought that was pretty interesting about pachinko. So thanks for your little tidbit about pachinks.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, you gave me this piece of news.
Yeah.
Just like you gave me that tidbit about pachinko. So, Magical Girl Raising Project has aired its first dubbed episode on Funimation.
Ayo.
And this is pretty big for you because you always like watching dubs of things, just seeing like super what there is. Yeah. And Magical Girl Raising Project was a super fun show from like a year and a half or something like that ago.
Solid gem out of nowhere.
So good. It's still one of my favorite shows that I've seen in a while.
For sure. So it's about magical girls, and it's really dark, and you don't think it's going to be dark, but it is.
It's a survival anime.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Like, every story that they have is like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Like, everybody's backstory is super fucked, too.
Except for, like, our main character. It's just like, you're a girl.
Yay.
Enjoy.
My name is
and,
fucking...
like, her best friend, too, is just like, you're a boy who
name?
wants to be
Snow
a magical
White?
girl. Yeah, Snow White.
Yeah. No, yeah, so... I'm excited for the dub. I'm going to check it out just because I'm curious to see how it turned out. The show is really good, and I recommend it to people all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be easier to recommend it as a dub if it's a good dub. So if it's a bad dub, I'll be like, shitty dub, but watch the show anyway.
Who's your favorite character?
In the show? I really like the robot chick.
I know you really like the robot. She's cool.
But it really bums me out. I also, Swim was pretty cool.
Swim was pretty cool. Like, at first I'm like, I don't really fucking feel this.
And then you find out why she's...
By the end, you're like, oh, she's pretty cool. Pretty much all characters by the end, I'm like, I like them a lot. They're pretty cool. Other than like Calamity Mary, who's just like, oh man, you kind of just suck. But I like Cranberry's whole deal, you know?
Which one was Cranberry?
She's the piano bitch, you know?
No, I don't remember her.
she's like the man, I can't really say anything without giving too much away. But she had a couple of big fights with like Nana the priest.
What was her power?
I don't even remember her power. It was just really fucking strong.
I also liked the chick that she was a magic girl who would go into people's dreams.
Oh yeah,
she was just like,
man, she's great.
But because she would fix people's dreams, she didn't technically fix their real problems in real life.
That was the most fucked up shit too.
Yeah, that was so good.
Man, making me mad over here.
I liked her a lot.
Why would they put that in there?
What a good character design.
Fucking so cool though. I loved it.
Cool, man.
Such a good show. Anyways, everyone should go watch that. That's pretty much why that's in the news. Everyone should go watch Magical Girl Raising Project. I read the book, and the book is pretty cool because it's from a different perspective than the show. Essentially, in the show, we're following like the kindest person. Mm-hmm. But in the book, we're following somebody who's like down on their luck. About a bunch of bad shit's happened to them. They're living a really shitty life. They become a magical girl, and then she's not really happy about it. She's just kind of doing her thing because she has to.
Yeah.
Because she wants to live.
For sure. Yeah.
And, it was... I think I liked the book more than the show, which doesn't really happen too often when you like... It's usually the first thing that you see you like more.
Yeah, because you'll have some sort of attachment to it.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be like, oh man, this was fine, but I like this one better.
I love the show. Fucking love it. Mm-hmm. And I would rewatch the show easily. I don't know if I would reread the book, but I liked the book more.
I feel you, yeah.
I'm bad at rereading books. There's a book that I've wanted to reread for fucking ever, but I fucking suck at reading books. So.
Every time I go on a trip, I take the same book with me, and I always reread the same same 2 chapters, and then I don't finish it.
And you're like, oh, man, I really need to get
it. But I really like that book.
Yeah, that's the thing. I fucking hate that, dude.
You got anything else, man?
No.
I got something for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I
remember earlier when I asked if you had anything?
And then I remembered something, but it was too late to bring it up.
It's fine. I could edit it so I could put it in post.
Anyways, I just wanted to add this thing that, so apparently this movie, it's done by this Japanese studio called Studio 4 Degrees Celsius. and they do something like Tekken Concrete. Remember that movie?
Yeah, of course. I know Studio 4 Degree Celsius.
Yeah.
They're dope.
And they also did Berserk, the Golden Arc Age, which I think is a movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they made this movie called Mutafuka's film or whatever, and it's under the title. They're gonna G Kids. It's just like has acquired the rights to it, whatever, and it's gonna be released under the title of it's capital MFKZ in October 11th. And it's going to be streaming with an English subtitle. They released a trailer for it or whatever in English, and I have no idea what it is. I don't know if you got to see it. Did I tag you in it or whatever? It's like this. It's this movie where like it's a combination of a Canadian and Japanese studio working together, and it just It's like a really cool art style, and it's like a really big fucked up city, and there's like a lot of just madness going on.
I mean, if it's anything like Tekken Concrete, we in for a good time.
Yeah, no.
When's the release date on that?
Hold on. Let's see. I don't know when the release is. October 11th. I guess that's when the release date is. But apparently the movie's been out for a hot minute. But it hasn't been brought over to the States or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But it looks really good.
And
it's won a bunch of like awards and shit like that. So
nice. So Studio 4 Degrees Celsius, their movie MFKZ is going to release on October 11th in the United States, or rather North America, if it's going to be a part of
Canadian thing. Yeah. So
Canada.
So I really like that trailer. I posted it on the Facebook page because I just happened to come across it and I thought it was super cool.
Fucking wicked.
Yeah. I hate seeing things that are so good like that because then it just disappoints me. So I didn't make that.
Dude, trust me, I know. That's how I feel about you every day.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
So if we're done with news, why don't we get into this week's topic?
Okay, so we're going to talk about Sailor Moon R the movie and Sailor Moon S the movie. So Sailor Moon R the movie was made by the studio Toei Animation and directed by Kunihiko Ikuhara, who did a ton of Sailor Moon S and R, as well as a popular show, Mawaru Penguindrum.
Okay.
Cool. Everyone's heard of it or like seen something by it. I don't know. If you saw a penguin from it,
I would know.
Like,
I would know what it is.
I know what it is. Yeah.
It's that recognizable.
Yeah, exactly. So Sailor Moon R the movie, essentially, our main character, Sailor Moon, who's also known as Usagi in this movie.
Which means
bunny.
But
there's nothing bunny about her.
No, in English, I was going to say.
But because we learned this, her name is Serena.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't fucking get why any of it. Her name's not Bunny in English. I don't fucking get it. Whatever.
Anyway, so
different time.
Yeah, so Sailor Moon R. How are we doing this? We're just gonna do one and the other. Do you want to split it?
Yeah, essentially, I'm gonna split it up.
You do R, I do S.
Oh, I'm gonna do R. Okay, cool. So the way that I'm gonna summarize this is Sailor Moon's gay boyfriend has a boyfriend when he was a kid at the hospital as an orphan because his parents just died in a car accident or some shit, and he's still alive. And the other kid don't know who the fuck he is, but he's like, "Yo, man, I gotta go away." And then Sailor Moon's boyfriend's like, "Here is a flower. It's from me and it's for you." And then he's like, "Thanks. I'm going to disappear now and I'm going to come back with so many goddamn flowers." And he fucking disappears in the sky. And that's how that fucking starts out pretty much. And Sailor Moon's gay boyfriend, just so we can all be affirmed of this, I guess. His name is Momo, and he is Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, he is.
Tuxedo Mask is a hero guy who comes and helps out sometimes. I don't know when or why, but he does.
Yeah. We don't also know where his powers come from because we don't know anything Sailor Moon. Again, I'd like to apologize if we offend anybody with our lack of knowledge, but hey, this is what we got, so here we go.
Yeah, so then Sailor Moon and her boyfriend, they're having a good ass time. They're being bros. They're fucking chilling. And then suddenly, like after they're chilling in the flower shop, getting all ooh, kissy kissy, ooh, who knows what's gonna happen? Ooh. They go outside, tons of flowers fucking flying down. There's a little thing, they're like, oh man, this flower is called a forget-me-not because you can't forget. Say, don't forget about me. Okay. And then fucking flower petals from every direction, every which way, suddenly come out, and this guy fucking shows up, and he's a huge asshole. He's like, hey, fuck all of you guys for some reason.
I'm here for Momo.
Also, Momo, give me a piece of that ass. And Momo's like, hey man, I got this girlfriend over here.
Bruh.
It's like, whatever.
Cool, yeah.
Girls are old news. It's all about boys, boy time. Does not seem to be going the direction that Momo's boyfriend wants it to go. Momo is definitely still with Sailor Moon. They're having a good little time being bros. So what's our boyfriend boy do? He gets fucking pissed and he flies in the sky.
Well, that was funny. I'm sorry to clarify. Boyfriend's boyfriend is the bad guy. The gay space alien.
Yeah, do you want me to use his real name?
Yeah. Just because I was like, what?
I'm just having fun over here, okay, man? So his name is Kyarmbo. His name is definitely Kyarmbo. Fiore. Got it. First try.
It for sure was Fiore.
It's Fiore.
So Fiore is upset with Momo because Momo's like, yo, bro, I don't know you that way. And so Fiore pushes Sailor Moon in a very epic push. And everybody's just like,
yeah, that shit was fucked up.
And then he just like floats away into space or whatever. Like, and all the petals disappear.
Yeah, it is like a whack ass backflip or something.
No one talks about how weird it is. Like, yo, Momo, what the fuck? I get this. What's going on here? Actually, they kind of do that. Then they have like a get together.
Yeah. So, anyways, then they're like, whatever. We're just gonna be who we are, and we're gonna hang out. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be normal.
By the way, we're gonna spoil these movies. They're like old as shit.
Oh, sorry. This was made in 1993.
I was born that year, so yeah, these are old as dirt. So, I'm assuming you're listening to this because you like Sailor Moon, or because you like our voice. But yeah, we're gonna tell you how it ends.
I hope you're listening to this because you want to learn more about Sailor Moon, and you're not gonna get to learn more about Sailor Moon.
Oh, we don't know shit. No, but
I'll give you some trivia. I'll let you know a couple of things here and there. Cool. Mostly things that we picked up from being like, hey, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh yeah, our person with all the information was Sierra because he loves this shit. So we're like, psst, Sierra, what's going on here? Who's the tiny pink chick?
And she's like, oh, that's Sailor Moon's and Tuxedo Mask's kid from the future, but nobody knows that, so keep quiet about it, man.
Cool. Yeah.
And then we kept quiet about it, and we were cool.
Yeah. Anyways, keep going.
So yeah, after nothing happens for a bit, suddenly something happens for a little bit. There's a big problem. Turns out there's an asteroid in the sky and it's about to fucking crash down on Earth, but it has like no mass. So it turns out it's not actually going to crash on Earth. It's going to burn up in the atmosphere. And so there's no real issue, but people are like, the fuck is this doing?
I feel like this is where we had like a huge, like, this was the biggest.
I thought it was a big deal.
This was the biggest argument we all had with the whole movie, right? It was just like,
yeah.
So from what I remember like the TV being on and saying like, an asteroid's going to come by. It's not going to touch Earth. No big deal. But then the cat who happens to be able to apparently do data of some sorts.
Yeah, which we don't know shit about what's going on. Luna is Sailor Moon's cat, and then another cat
Artemis is Sailor V's
okay,
cat.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Because Sailor V... Let me butcher this for a second here. Sailor V was the original Sailor.
I couldn't tell you. Is this right?
Say I'm correct.
You're right.
Fuck yeah, I got it. And then Sailor Moon wound up being the most powerful and most important one, and she brought together the whole team, which we learned through a series of flashbacks in either
the
this
later
movie or the next one.
Yeah,
I don't fucking remember.
It was in one of the. I think it was in the next. I couldn't tell you. It's in one of the movies. Anyways,
yeah.
No, so
I think it was this one.
The argument was, I think on the TV it said that the asteroid was going to fly right by, no big deal.
Yeah.
And then the cat said, I think it was Luna said, actually this is going to crash to Earth, but it oddly has no mass.
Yeah.
So it should just burn up in the atmosphere, so it's fine.
Pretty much.
And then you're like, okay, whatever, cool.
So I'm like, all right, I literally don't care.
Yeah,
but like at
take
this
a note.
Point, we also know this is the bad guy's asteroid. We already know that at this point.
We also know it's a seed because he's like, look at this big ass seed I have.
Yeah, and we're like, all right,
he's
cool.
like, and that's why it has no mass, because it's a seed.
And you're like, so the seed's gonna burn in the atmosphere, so no big deal, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, who gives a fuck? So then, let's fast forward a little bit. Everyone passes out in the city. Mm-hmm. Why? Who knows? Well, we know because we've seen the flower that's fucking with everything, but the sailors don't know. So they fucking bust in here and they're like, the fuck's going on, everyone? And they're trying to figure out the source of the problem while like not being affected by it because they're magic or some shit.
Yeah.
And then one thing leads to another, as they always do, and the flower uproots, and it's a creepy flower spider thing for like 2 seconds, and it's kind of trying to attack them. And then the flower part turns into a big old woman, and still got like spider legs, and it's super creepy and like looks pretty cool, honestly. In my opinion,
good
I was
monster design.
Really into that.
Yeah.
So this is the first point in the movie where I'm like, okay, I'm starting to understand why people are into this, because I know the characters well enough from this movie to be like, all right, they have personalities. That's kind of fun. And like, okay, there's a little bit of plot stuff going on that I don't really care about. So like, whatever. And then cool monsters, and they're fighting it. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to get it. So they all do their like super fire things and just deal with it in the ways that the sailors do.
They all like essentially fucking Power Ranger Mighty Morphin into
which I guess that's the whole appeal of Sailor Moon,
because it's a long thing.
It was fucking cool.
Well, yeah. So the thing is, here's my issue. So with like Power Rangers, when it's like earlier episodes,
and it does a big thing.
The morphing thing takes a long time.
But then later on, they're just like, we're in our suits.
They're the time it takes them to morph gets shrunken down to a clip. If not, just like we're already here.
Yeah.
In this one, like they morph into. I mean, they twirl into the magical girls, right? And it's a big chunk. So I couldn't tell you if it like slims down in the TV series. My guess is it doesn't, because people really enjoy it. Yeah. People were super hyped when they were all twirling or whatever.
Well, because for this one, each sailor has a different theme. So it's pretty important. You're like, Sailor V, and you're like, hell yeah, I get this. All right. Sailor Mars, ba-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. Anyways,
what was your favorite sailor twirl?
My favorite twirl?
Yeah, like the visuals of it. 'Cause I like, for the first movie, I liked one more than the other ones.
Yeah, I think I liked Mercury the most in terms of
yeah, it's the one I liked too.
I like that transformation the most, but I liked Sailor Mars and Jupiter the most. Pretty tied.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah. They're all pretty, like, as much as I like Sailor, was it Mars? Like, the red, is that the red one?
The
right?
red one.
Her transformation was like, whatever.
Yeah, it was fine. Well, it was cool, and then I didn't like the end result where it like does a pan up from her shoes all the way. I didn't really like that.
The water Sailor Moon chick,
Mercury,
the Sailor chick. Yeah, she also had a really, really solid pose at the end. It's like this weird, like, her knees kind of buckle in, and she's got like a weird. It's like this. It's like looks like this. Like she's got like her arm on her hip and her knees buckle in, and she's let her hand up. Like, yeah, that's the pose you want to strike when you're about to fight.
Yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, so we get all those transformations, which is like, they were fucking hyped. Cause like you said, Power Rangers, they did a little thing, got quicker. And Digimon, they also did a little thing and it got quicker. And then they like later on in Digimon do like quicker little things where they slightly changed the song. So that was exciting the first time you get to see that. But this, I don't know if the other sailors get to do special other things, but we got to see Sailor Moon do a couple of special other things. So it was even more hype. That comes later, I guess. But I just figure while we're talking about it, like there are little comparisons to make along the way. Anyways, so they kick this girl's ass. She turns out to just like wither away and die. And then our bad boy comes in. He's like, yo, y'all fucked up real big time trying to circumvent my plans. I'm going to destroy this whole world by putting a bunch of flowers goddamn everywhere. And they're just going to take over the cities and the entire world. Don't even worry about it. Fuck you. And then you're just like, hey man, why are you being such a dick? Like, all I did was date the guy that you had a crush on. Like,
he's not even here yet.
And then fucking, he's starting to boner blast all these sailor bitches, and it doesn't work out in anyone's favor because sailors are getting their shit rocked.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm going to fucking kill you. Meanwhile, he has this little flower in his like lapel of his shirt pretty much, or like pocket. I don't really know. I can't remember. And it's like a succubus essentially, but it's a flower.
It's like feeding off of his like his hatred or whatever. Oh no, his stupidity.
Insecurities.
Yeah. He's in like, it's super funny because later we'll quickly later find out that like the Luna or the cats know instantly what that flower is. Like,
we have a vast knowledge of all things magic,
it's
and
like one of the most
that's
evil
one of those
things in the world, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a flower that like alone can't do anything. Essentially, it does like a parasite kind of thing where like it has to take over something else to help demolish things, and so it's using him to take over Earth.
And it's destroyed more like planets in the galaxy than anything else, or not galaxy, but the universe.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, talk about when fucking Homeboy shows up.
So homeboy shows up, and you know the best way to fucking save the day?
For throwing roses.
Yeah. Right into the fucking heart of all of your homies.
Yeah, for sure. No, it was super cool because like in the theater, I know the appeal of Tuxedo Mask. People really like him.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know, girls are really like.
Well, it's Tuxedo Mask for crying out loud.
But it's funny because we're in
on.
the theaters and like, you know, it's not packed or anything. Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah,
there
were
were
like 20 people in the theater.
and
It was
just all the women there are just like, oh my god, it's my boyfriend. Oh, I love him.
Meanwhile, I didn't know it, but I was also very aroused.
So Tuxedo Mask shows up and, you know, fights his ex homie.
Yeah.
And
his ex homie.
His ex
Fiore.
Yeah, Fiore. I forget his name.
It's fine. I forgot his name too. If you don't remember when I was like trying to search for it the whole goddamn time.
Boyfriend's ex-boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
And so then Fiore decides he's going to kill Sailor Moon, right?
Yeah. So easiest way to do that, just make your fingers really big and pointy and stab them into a heart. Turns out doesn't work out too well when Tuxedo Mask gets in the way.
Yeah, what an
he
asshole.
He just fucking dives in there
because he loves that shot. Bitch. He's all about Sailor Moon.
Yeah, so our girl Usagi is just like, man, now my boyfriend's dead and I gotta fight you. Fuck you, man. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, oh shit, I did not mean for this to happen. I feel really bad right now. Even though I was going to take over the whole goddamn world, I did not think that he was going to get hurt through any part of my plan.
I, for some reason, thought he'd be okay.
Yeah. So then they go ahead and they spend a little while healing up Tuxedo Mask.
Well, Tuxedo Mask gets kidnapped by Fiore or whatever, right? He grabs him and takes him away to he takes him to the asteroid.
Yeah.
And then,
sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. And of course they have to go to the asteroid.
You have to save him, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so what do they do?
You got to make sure you got to get to this part. What's the best part of this movie right here?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
Fucking Chibi chick or whatever.
Chibiusa?
She has a little, remember?
Nah.
Okay, so Sailor Moon and the gang have to go to the asteroid, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we gotta go save Tuxedo Mask.
Oh shit! Now I remember. This was the best part. Yeah, they're hanging out in a tunnel talking about this shit. Sailor Moon's feeling down, and she's all like dumpy, and it's just like boo, boo, boo. Well, Chibiusa is fucking there as moral support because she doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And she just fucking comes in here, pulls out a goddamn gun from her crazy ass cat backpack and shoots Sailor Moon in the face. But it turns out that it was a dart gun and it says like good luck or go for it or some shit like that.
Go get it or something like that. Or you can do it or some shit like that. Something super supportive. Yeah. But it was funny because like no one else around, like not in the movie theater, like no one in the scene was taken aback by the fact,
what the fuck? Why'd she have a hyper realistic gun? Right,
just pulled out guns are illegal in Japan. Yeah. This little bitch pulls out a Glock and shoots Sailor Moon in the face, and no one flinches.
Pop this motherfucker. I was like, Chibiusa.
Oh, you crazy! And then Sailor Moon
always know what to shoot.
Sailor Moon like takes the thing off her head. It's like, you're right. I am Sailor Moon.
Yeah, so Chibiusa goes back home and is hanging out with the cats while they fucking teleport to this asteroid.
Mm-hmm. Well, the cats are there to help them teleport because they say Sailor teleport. And
whatever, fuck it. And they do that, which apparently the cats are the ones that teleport them or some shit because they could not teleport back to Earth.
This is the second part of the argument that we'd have in a bit. Yeah,
but okay, so anyways, they fucking go to this planet. It's covered with all these like flowers and shit, and it opens up and it's all freaky deaky, and they're like, yeah, guess what? It's gonna blow up the whole planet. That was our plan the whole time. So all these flowers, they're just going all over Earth. Mm-hmm. So then the sailors start fighting a bunch of the same chicks that they fought before, which at this point I was like, I mean, like not super cool that they're all the same, right?
They're essentially just like, if it Power Rangers, they're like, they're Goombas, right? Or if it was fucking Mario, they'd be Goombas.
Yeah, sure.
They're just like pawns. They're really copy and paste, and it's like, oh, cool. I mean, they could have done a lot of things with plant monsters, right?
Yeah, they could have done goddamn anything, but they didn't even have to put that much effort into it.
They were just like sexy plant monsters.
Yeah, they're like, we made one and we like it.
And they essentially became super easy to kill now. Like, back they were like struggling for a bit. They did kill it, and now it was like, cool, just use your power move and just, fucking lay waste.
It just kills them all, don't worry. And just fucking tons of them laying waste all across the land. They were just dying. So finally our boy decides to step in, Fiore. He decides to come in and just like fucking kill him the way that he's always wanted to.
Yeah.
And Sailor Moon does some like super special shit and tries to save everyone as much as possible. But as she's about to be attacked, all the other girls are like, yo, man, fuck that. Get out of here. And they all take the hit for her. They all get covered with a bunch of flowers, which I was like, oh, man, that sucks. They're like stuck in the asteroid now. So they're going to combust as the planet or as the asteroid's going to the planet. Mm-hmm. Turns out that wasn't the plan. The plan was actually to wrap them up with a bunch of vines and make them all feel bad and remember their memories and get electrocuted a bunch.
Yeah, like it was like he was saying, Sailor Moon, stop your shit or I'm going to kill your homies. And then they're like, she's like, okay, I'll stop. And all her homies were just like, all of the sailors were just like, fucking coward Sailor Moon, go out there, fucking kill him or whatever.
And she's like, well, I got it because I remember that I'm like the heart of the squad.
Yeah, and she gets thwarted, I think, or like she's gonna use the crystal, like the special crystal powers.
Yeah, she's about to go like Super Saiyan essentially by using her ultimate crystal move, which will lose all of her powers if she does it.
Kill her, and we only know that because another character says, if you use that crystal power, it's gonna kill you.
She was like, well, I gotta save you guys. So, yeah. And meanwhile, Tuxedo Mask still being healed in a bubble. All this shit's going on. And then we finally get like a little heart to heart as all this shit's going on. Tuxedo Mask has a little talk with Fiore and says, hey, bro, like,
knock it off.
It was Sailor Moon that gave me a flower.
The flower that I gave you.
And then I gave you that flower. And then he's like, oh, fuck. So Sailor Moon's actually the good boy that cares so much about me because she gave flowers to you and then me or whatever. Oh, that's really sweet. We should all be friends. And then he goes away forever. And essentially, like, he kills the little plant that's on his chest.
The plant that's like, taking, like, using him dies.
Yeah.
And he just, like, gets in a little bubble and floats away. But I think right before that, like he set up so the meteor would now crash into Earth or whatever.
Yeah. So he's like, well, that sucks. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die.
Yeah, and this is where the issue comes up. So Sailor Moon now has to use her powers, the crystal power, to like to guide them safely to the to Earth or whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember you and I talking about this, like it said it was going to burn up in the atmosphere because it had no mass to it.
Yeah,
and
so
Sierra
why not just fucking teleport
away, right? You'd be fine. But Sierra argued like, no, you couldn't do that. And I was just like, and it's in my head, I was just like, you know what? I get why it's the way it is because in 1993 they had to like drop some promotions. So it's like, cool, you know what we should do? We should have Sailor Moon die in quotation marks, because that's what people want to see in the movies. And then she'll be brought back by True Love's kiss, which is what happens.
Yeah. But why even set up the plot point in the first place that it's going to combust in the atmosphere?
Yeah, I don't know.
You didn't need to say that to us. You didn't have any point where it was like, so this shit is actually going to be way different.
Instead of being like, it has no mass, it should have been like,
it's nothing but mass.
It has too much mass. It's 3 times the mass of Earth or whatever.
It's like, it's a seed. C's way a lot. It's like,
Anyways, wrap up what your thoughts of this was or whatever.
Yeah, so I had a pretty fun time with it, but I wasn't like, I don't know. I wasn't having like a party time like everyone else in the theater was, but I was enjoying it. Like, it wasn't at any point like, oh man, this fucking sucks. I wish I wasn't here.
For sure.
Like, I could only compare it to Mazinger Z because that's another thing that I know nothing about. Just fucking jumped right into a movie.
I'd argue Mazinger Z looked better though because it was made more
modern,
recent. For my thoughts of this was like, I also have no real nostalgia for Sailor Moon because like again I didn't watch it growing up, but I can see the appeal in it. It's super fun, and I can see where like things from this this specific show and like this genre of show translate into stuff nowadays,
Yeah.
And it was cool to see it because like it's not like it was badly done. I bet you in 1993 if I would have watched this, I would have had a great time. I also would have been like months old or whatever, but but it was a lot of fun.
It was pretty cool, and you know what? It felt fucking old too. It felt like ancient, but not like too far off.
Yeah.
But it had a couple of songs and stuff that I was like, these feel like 70s.
Yeah, for sure. And like the style of stuff that they'd wear and whatever.
Yeah.
I like the transformations. I thought it was super fun. And there's things that we would poke at and make fun of, some odd choices of dialogue, some just kind of random things that would happen and no one would say anything, like the gun part. Or our biggest issue was also one of the people had the power to use lightning, and they would call it their thunder attack. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, that's... watching it over and over, I'm like, how do they never like correct this? But then I started thinking, and I'm like, I think pretty much all Final Fantasy games also use their lightning attacks and call them thunder. Like any electricity attack is called thunder.
Maybe Japan calls it something different.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like maybe the translation's weird, or maybe that's just what they thought it was.
Maybe,
and that's just what they call lightning now.
Maybe just a little backwards, just kind of like, like Iceland and Greenland thing, Maybe Japan's like, nah, man, thunder here is called lightning and lightning is called thunder. That's what we do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking confusing, but I'm like, in Kingdom Hearts, you use thunder, thundara, thundaga, or whatever. And all of them are just like electricity everywhere.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Final Fantasy, electricity everywhere. Makes you think,
I guess. So,
But it's just fucking weird. They changed the names of shit, and then they didn't have the audacity to change the name of the attack to a correct term.
hey, man,
I don't know.
it is what it is. I did have a fun time with this movie. This is like just the first part of two-part, because then there was a 10-minute intermission.
Yeah, so
for the second movie, which came out a year later, I think.
Yeah, it came out a year later. So this was season 2's movie. I don't know if season 1 even got a movie, but season 2 was called Sailor Moon R. Season 3 was called Sailor Moon S.
Okay.
And this took place sometime in between episode 77 and before episode 82.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the plot for this one.
Yeah.
So in this one,
fucking jumping in. I have trivia, man.
Oh, go for it.
No,
For the last one?
Saying. Yeah, for that last
Okay,
one.
go for
It
it,
took place in between 77 and 82. Okay? And the whole reason that we know that is because Chibiusa, their daughter from the future was still in the present. And in episode 82, she fucking goes back to the future or some shit. I don't know, but she's there.
Does that make you
Yeah, okay. That's a pretty important thing. All right. And in France, it had a very different name. It was Sailor Moon, the Evil Flowers. Didn't even care about what season it was. They were just like, it's just the Evil Flowers thing. You know how it goes.
Okay.
And it sure was. And then they had apparently a short in front of them. I didn't know this. We didn't get to see a short during this little airing thing. But yeah, they had a different short in Japan or in France that was based on another anime play, which is pretty weird. I wish that we got to see the short. It was called Makeup Sailor Senshi. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. But yeah, then there were a couple of other weird things. The English dub is done by different people that did than
movie
the
and
ones
not the
that
show?
did the show.
Yeah.
So this was instead done by Pioneer Entertainment and Optimum Productions instead of Dick, which is the one that or Deke or however the fuck you want to say it. But they made everything around that time. I specifically remember the animation coming along being like, oh, that's cool. Wow. 3D. It looks so neat. And it's like, Dick.
I think I ever heard people saying oh, the voices are different. I was just like, couldn't tell you.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. We didn't know. The voices are different. The names are different. They just did different shit. So whatever. And then the English dub actually got rid of the first scene. So we didn't see the first scene of the movie.
What, the flower thing?
No, we didn't see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that wasn't... Okay, so
No, the English dub, it's omitted. It doesn't exist.
I wonder what it is. We should look it up someday.
Yeah, pretty fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Viz dub of the film, which is the one that we saw, it actually had a theatrical run in 2017, and the Blu-ray was released this year in April.
Cool.
So that's pretty fun, pretty interesting, right?
Yeah.
Pretty fucking cool, right?
Yeah, can I talk about Sailor Moon S
I
now?
want you to. I'm ready.
Do you want to say who made it?
Yeah, of course. I'm just working on a lot of shit right now. I've got a lot going on in my life, and I'm pretty fucking... Anyways, so Sailor Moon S was made by Toei Animation, and it was also done by Production Reed. The director of it was Hiroki Shibata, who did some Digimon and some Bobobo-bo, Bo-bobo.
I hate that show.
Yeah, well...
This is a bad show.
He did it.
Fuck him.
Do you want to talk about?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Okay, so then we watch Sailor Moon S after the intermission, and it starts off pretty, par for the course. The guy's watching a meteor or whatever, and it lands in front of him, and he goes sees it's a crystal, and then we get a flash to somebody out in space because apparently everything in Sailor Moon, all the bad people come from space,
which makes a lot of sense considering that they are all named after planets and shit.
That
so
makes
that's
sense.
where their powers come from.
That makes sense why they all come to Earth, but whatever. Anyways, then we see the big bad.
That's where the cool shit is.
The big bad is some sort of ice chick, and she's just essentially frozen but evil,
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So we in this one, the plot doesn't center around Sailor Moon and her
Sailor
Moon's gay boyfriend
as much. A fuck, right?
Now it's about Sailor Moon's cat who has fallen in love with the human, which I thought was super funny.
You had me right there. That's all I want.
So these cats speak, which is fine or whatever. Yeah. And then one of the cats is like, hey, I'm not feeling very good, I'm gonna go home. And then while she's going home, she almost gets ran over.
She fucking dies pretty much.
And then she gets saved by the guy who saw the meteor thing.
Yeah, by Cutie Boy in the fucking observatory.
He takes care of her and they become friends and she falls in love, And then we find out that, he is obsessed with space. He has some sort of ailment that allows him not to go to space anymore.
Yeah.
He's friends with / in love with the Japanese lady who is going to space. She's going to the moon.
Hell yeah, mad support.
He's obsessed with the moon specifically. He thinks like the moon has some sort of spirit goddess on it.
Princess Kaguya?
Something like that, yeah. And he's just like, I want, I was like, I believe in it. I'm going to see her one day. And the other chick's like, who's, the love interest is like, well, I'm going to go to space. I think you just love space too much and blah, blah, all this stuff. Anyways, and it kind of follows pretty straightforward as, Sailor Moon R or whatever.
Yeah.
Something, bad guys to get sent to Earth, start freezing or incapacitating humans.
It's like a shitload of banshees show up and freeze the fuck out of everything.
Because they're looking for the crystal thing that landed on Earth because they need it to come to Earth to take over Earth or whatever, some shit like that.
Honestly, I don't understand why they were like, we're going to send out little crystals. Yeah. Fuck, we need the little crystals.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever you say.
And so then, the sailors all transform, again, as they do. In this one, we also get the addition of 3 other sailors.
Hell yeah, what are they?
Sailor Venus. No, Sailor Jupiter.
Yeah, no.
Hold on, I got this. Neptune, Uranus, not Uranus.
Yeah,
Uranus, and Pluto.
Yeah.
And for my money,
RIP.
Pluto's pretty fucking hot.
Oh, shit, dude.
And then
which one's Pluto?
She was the one with the big old stick and like the long black, green hair or whatever.
Hell yeah.
And then
we're just into the stick.
Yeah, and then they also... Sailor Chibi was now a thing, so like she got to turn into Sailor also.
Yeah,
so she was just like tiny version of Sailor Moon.
She didn't really do anything.
Not really, no. So they beat the bad guys, whatever. Luna keeps. This is the best part. Luna keeps coming back and forth between the sailors and this guy, and like the sailors all have a conversation. It's like, yo, Luna's acting really strange today. He's like, yeah, your cat is acting super strange. Like, yeah, where the fuck she's been? I saw her the other day crossing the street. She's got a bow on her. And they're like, oh, she must be in love, and
they're like, oh, I feel so bad for Artemis. And
he's like right there.
Yeah. And then fucking Sailor Moon's just like, hey, the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah,
like, what?
It's like, why would I feel bad for Artemis? Like, because Artemis cares about, like, loves Sailor, like, the fucking Luna. And then they're like, Sailor Moon's just like, really? Why? And they were just like, in my head, it's like, it's maybe because they're the 2 only speaking cats in the entire world or whatever.
I mean, realistically, I'd fall in love if I was a speaking cat and there was another speaking cat. Yeah, and we were the only ones.
Your options are pretty limited. Anyways, this weird, relationship thing between Luna and her human friend or whatever kind of keeps growing, and she wants to turn into a human, but she can't.
It's a whole thing.
He keeps getting sicker. The crystals make him sick. Eventually,
since it's taking all of his energy for some reason,
just because he's around it, I guess.
Yeah, but like they made it seem like it was important. Like,
it had to be his.
Now we have your energy.
What's funny is though, they didn't actually ever do anything with it. They eventually come back and just steal the crystal, but they don't like do anything with him.
Hey man, it was important.
Sailor Moon has like a heart to heart with Luna about how heartbroken she is because she can't be in love with this man.
Yeah.
Then the ice thing gets activated and they start fighting it. All the sailors start, turning into their sailor form, and there's a cool thing again. This is the bit where I was like, God damn it, why are we not leaning heavily on Sailor Mercury or Mars here? Like, why isn't this bitch just lighting? Because they're made of ice, right?
Yeah.
Use your fire thing. Just use it a lot,
Pretty much Pluto should be immune. Mm-hmm. And Mars should be like super effective.
Yeah, because Pluto is like super cold. Like, why is she affected by the cold or whatever? Yeah. Instead, she had like a staff or some shit like that. And then again, we saw characters using their lightning attacks and calling them thunder.
Fuck, man. It sucks because Jupiter, she's got that attitude that I'm just all about. But she starts calling shit thunder, and I'm like, bitch, that's lightning.
Get the fuck out of here.
Come on.
Anyways.
Looking at my bitch ass being like, this is going to be a thunder attack. And then she busts out lightning. I'm just like, come on, man.
I think I missed it. I think this was before this happens, but I do want to talk about the best moment in this movie.
Let's do it.
And the best moment in this movie is when Sailor Moon and Sailor Chibi are fighting a ice banshee or whatever.
Yeah.
And then a rose gets thrown out of the sky.
Yeah.
And they're like, holy shit, you know what that means, right? It's got to be Tuxedo Mask. And they look up and it's Santa Claus in a blimp.
Hell
and they're like,
yeah.
Kris Kringle or whatever. And then he removes his mask and he says some sort of speech thing. And then they're like, yeah, Tuxedo Mask is here to help. And then he throws, like, he whips out like a top, you know, like a spinning top, and it hits.
Not even a dreidel. No, by the way. This is important.
Yeah, he's a spinning top, you know, like from the Ness uses. Like, it hit this bitch in the face, and he just yells while he's throwing it, Laheim.
Laheim.
It was Laheim or Shalom.
Yeah.
Or what was the last one we said?
I don't know.
It wasn't Mazel Tov,
yeah.
but it was some sort of Hebrew or thing or Jewish thing or whatever, and it was super funny because it just came out of nowhere, you know?
Yeah, just fucking they're just kicking some ass, and suddenly Santa shows up, turns into another man. He
also wanted to
throw out some Jewish shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Because like on one hand, like, oh cool, they're being
culturally
like
sensitive, yeah.
But on the other hand, like, I'm sorry, are you like completely ruining Christianity with your Jewish? Are you just trying to
or like maybe Tuxedo Mask is Jewish, which is super weird.
Who knows? He's either like, fuck religions, no rules.
So we
or
were
he's just like, you know what? I'm trying to be the coolest bro.
We wanted to look up like what he said because we remember talking about it, we couldn't remember what he said. So we look up the dub, and it's like another dub, and it's another dub. He doesn't even say the thing; he just says something completely different. And we're just like, it makes sense because he didn't have to say that; he added it, obviously. Anyways, back to the big fight, the final fight.
The final fight.
The Sailor Moons are fighting or whatever, and everybody gets knocked down like they do. And then Sailor Moon's like, I gotta use my crystal power because it's like that's the only.
Yeah, but it's like crystal makeup power or something like that.
Yeah. It's like it's a different crystal power from last time, and but someone again says, oh my god, Sailor Moon, if you use that, you're gonna die. And they're like, I know, but I have to do it. And so then all the sailors all come together in a circle, and like they link hands and they give her their energy, and she's able to defeat the big bad or whatever with her power. And then at the last minute, Sailor Moon also wishes something. She goes, oh, please let Luna, be human for a day. And she becomes human. She becomes a goddess of the moon or whatever, like she wanted to. And then she goes up to the sick guy who's in the middle of the street collapsed or whatever. And he's just like, she takes him up and flies in the air and shows him the moon together. And while they're in the sky flying through it, like the chick who is, the love interest of this guy is in space, like doing space stuff. And she sees the thing flash by and she goes like, was that the moon goddess?
Of the moon?
Yeah, whatever. And then they kiss, she says goodbye. And the guy goes, he sees her that she's like, she has like the ribbon around her neck. She goes like, are you Luna? It's like, no, I'm not Luna. Don't worry about it. And then, she disappears and he regains his strength, waits for the spaceship to come back, from space. And she's at the airport, picks her up with flowers. And the girl just goes up to her and like, you know what? I saw it. I just saw the fucking moon goddess. I believe in it now. And it's just like, I thought it was super funny because it's like the whole time she's adamant. She's like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
It's all about science. She's a woman of science. And then like she's
science, bitch.
And she sees it because that recalls him insane. And she's like,
yeah, oh
my God, science isn't real. And it's like, I don't know if science is still real. I just think you got tricked by some stupid magic stuff, which is completely different,
I don't know, man.
And that's kind of how the movie ends.
That's pretty much how it ends.
Yeah.
What do you like more, this or the last one?
I like this one more.
Yeah?
It had for some reason, the cat plot made it more fun.
Yeah, it honestly did. I think it's because they put, the last one was just like, yeah, we're bad guys and here's a whole bunch of shit. But this one was like, there's a story going on. Also, there's bad guys, but like mostly it's about the story.
There was characters, who were in it that weren't just a part of the sailor thing, like the other one was like, in the first one was Momo or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, cool, but like it almost felt like no one else existed in the world. They just happened to be walking by,
Pretty much.
And this one, like, they added the other three sailors, and then, they also had, these two characters who were just random people. And even at one point, like, they go up to, like, Sailor Moon and the cat go and interact with the space.
Yeah.
The astronaut chick, whatever. And I was like, huh. It feels like this world is more fleshed out, even though it's just the movie, it's just like 1 year apart,
Yeah. I mean, we didn't get as much conversation between the sailors in this movie.
Yeah. There was a few fun things,
Yeah. I mean, there were a few points where I was like, hey, let's like catch up for about 2 minutes.
Is this the one where they eat a potato in like a burning bush or whatever?
Hell yeah.
Interesting. I'd like to try that someday. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Again, I don't think like it's something that like holds up essentially to like be like, oh my God, I feel like if you grew up with this, you would super love it, and it's just for you, But for me, it's just like, yeah, it was fine. I don't think I'd watch it again. I don't think I'd recommend it to anybody unless they grew up with this. I would be really down to see a new Sailor Moon. I don't know if I think there is like a newer one that's been out, but if they did a reboot, I'd be down to check it out because the fighting and the stuff is actually really interesting. It's actually, in my opinion, well done. You and I were having a conversation, like a back and forth banter, like, well, which Sailor Moon is your Sailor Moon? Like, which Sailor do you like? Which one's yours or whatever? And I was like, I mean, they're all kind of, pretty hot. They're all kind of my style, my speed.
Sure,
but I'm like, at first it was like, first movie was like, I'd take Sailor Mars because, I'm all about that red and that long hair.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then, obviously excluding Sailor Chibi because she's a child.
Uh-huh.
And then in the second movie, they add the other sailors who I think are older. I don't know. They might not be.
I think that they are older, and they're called the 3 Outer Senshi.
Yeah. So like the 3 furthest planets.
Yeah.
And then I was like, boom, instantly a fan of Sailor Pluto. I was like, damn.
Yeah, man. She's busted in there.
Fine, And I was like, and cool. Now I'm not hitting on a middle school kid anymore. And then the cat, then Luna turned into human. It's like, whoa, Luna might take it.
How do you feel about that?
And then her design kind of fucked it. Because
it's just her dress.
She looked really good. Like, the way they turned her into a human, like, if that were a cat and that turned into a human, that'd be okay with it.
Like, I feel it, yeah.
Her dress was nice and yellow, but then they added these weird frilly black things on her boobs.
Yeah, they essentially added like clams onto her boobs.
But they weren't clams. They were like they were like big old bows or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just like, ew, who made that design choice or whatever?
It looked bad. It was just like a lot of yellow with a couple of black accents to go against like what she was as a cat, which was black with a little bit of yellow. Yeah. But the black accents that they put on here, they could have left it off. She had black hair. That's good enough for me.
Oh yeah. So for my money, I'm all about Sailor Pluto.
Yeah,
that bitch got to. I think she's not one of the gay ones because I know that 2 of them are lesbians from this outer thing in the like American version.
Yeah,
they were changed to be cousins, but over there they were for sure just like lovers. But even if she is, who cares? I mean, this is also me, fantasizing about doing a fake character. So
yeah.
Anyways, which Sailor do you find the most appealing or attractive?
It's a tie between Mars and Jupiter, like I was saying before. The whole deal with them is they have very opposite of my personalities, and for some reason I'm attracted to that.
Nice,
so,
cool, man.
Hey, that's how we do that.
Did you like R or S better? Sorry, I didn't ask you.
Oh, no, it's all good. I think that I preferred some of the action in R, but I liked S's plot more.
Yeah, it's story ? Just because it's like, I feel like in 94 this was a compelling story. In 2018 it's just like, huh? What happened?
Yeah.
It's like 3 beats or whatever,
It's like, man, done. Do you want pizza or do you want a cheeseburger? Just like, well, I like both. But I'm not going to put them together.
Put them together.
Nope. Fuck you, Papa Murphy's. I will not do that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fuck you, Papa Murphy's.
You got any trivia for this one?
I fucking do. I bet you were sitting around like, man, I wonder if Sailor Moon is ever based off of like any of the mangas. Well, guess what? This movie was based on the lover of Princess Kaguya and was the only original Sailor Moon to be based on the manga.
Cool.
Super fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
Pretty neat. Also, there's some shit like Sailor Moon had a special tailor-made astronaut helmet for her, which had 2 small spheres protruding from the helmet to help her fucking hair. But it was like in her imagination or some shit.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, people were into that extra little outfit thing. This is the only time in the original anime where Luna's human form is shown, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Silver crystal power, the important power that saved the day in this movie, was only used in this movie.
Never came back, huh?
Never came back.
Cool. Also, I'd like to point out that this is a pretty good plot point. At the end, Artemis and Luna kind of meet up at the airport, and Luna's just like, oh, Artemis, and he's just like, hey, man, it's cool. We're good. And then she blushes. I don't know, cats can blush. And then she just starts like rubbing up on him, and Artemis is like, yeah. And I was like, cool, cat love, I guess.
Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah.
No,
all about it.
I'm not your dog, I'm your cat.
Hell yeah, cat.
Nice.
Kitty go meow.
For sure. You got any more?
Yeah. So basically, because the 3 outer senshi and Chibiusa and the Holy Grail, as well as Winter Break being mentioned, all of those elements coming together makes us assume that the movie took place sometime a little bit before episode 122, where Hotaru Tomoe was revealed to be the reincarnation of Sailor Saturn.
Whoa.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Heavy.
By the way.
Heavy shit from 1994.
Hell yeah. So essentially in the first English dub, the one that we didn't see, there's a song called Moonlight Destiny, which was in the movie that we did see. But it was replaced by another song called Nothing at All.
Cool.
Which is kind of weird that they would like switch a song out. I don't know.
I didn't mind the outros. I thought they were pretty good, in my opinion. I like the second outro a lot.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, here's something to be bummed about. So Luna's transformation into her human form was a little bit cut from the English dub, which the transformations are the best, right?
Oh, they're the best.
But this one's extra good because the cut was due to the nudity present in the scene.
So that's why her tits were covered up.
Bro.
So that's why the design fell off, because they added it. That's not the first
Actually,
time.
no, it's not.
Really?
That's the way the design is. Yeah, if you look at the cover, that's how her design is. But
So
the
she
transformation, yeah.
So the part that wasn't naked wasn't her tits?
I don't know, man. Because you know their transformations, they're like fully nude.
Yeah.
And I think it's Sailor Moon R.
I saw a nipple.
Wait, what?
I for sure saw a nipple. There's no way. In R, I for sure saw it. Oh, in Sailor Moon R, we also... No, I mean... sorry. Not in the scene that you're thinking about. When Sailor Moon's transforming or whatever, and there's a silhouette, I for sure saw like the little bit of a nip.
Okay.
But there's also the bit where she's using her crystal power thing.
Yeah.
And like all her clothes pops off and everything's like kind of covering her crotch area and her tits, you know?
Enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was very weird that
Very
she's in
tastefully
junior
done
high.
for 1994.
Kind of funker. But yeah, that's funny that like they would do that in Sailor Moon R and then cut a little part of a transformation scene in Sailor Moon S. I don't know.
Maybe she was like just spreading butt cheeks, you know, if it was something super visual like that. You know? What if it was like something really graphic?
That would be so fucking stupid. Holy shit, that would be so fucking stupid. Oh, that would be amazing. So in the manga, the evil chick was Princess Snow Kaguya.
Yeah.
So she's destroyed by the Rainbow Moon Heartache in the manga version. And in the original, she's destroyed by that giant ass crystal power attack.
Yeah. That
Like
doesn't ever come back. Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty fucking weird that they kill her off in different ways. So Chibiusa has a full transformation sequence, unlike in the TV show where it's just like a little ass one. So that's cool. She gets a full fucking transformation. It's dope.
Nice.
The movie had two versions in its first English dub with the title Hearts of Ice. So one was on VHS and it had some music censorship to the sailors' transformations. And then the second version was on the DVD and it was uncut content with most of the original music. Still used the opening theme song from the English dub. So lots of good shit there. And yeah, then there were a couple of like translation type things that were going on throughout it. Just interesting that they would change all these out, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But I think you were wondering this whole time, did they mess anything up? Did they mess anything up during these movies? Because they look pretty fine to me, right?
Wasn't wondering.
Huge fucking goof, okay?
Okay.
According to the Sailor Moon Wikia.
Yeah. What was the huge goof?
There's a goof section here. So in Sailor Moon S, the movie, in some of the shots during the fight with Princess Snow Kaguya, Sailor Pluto's Sailor Fuku mistakenly had shoulder pads attached to it.
What?
Which is your girl, and she's goofing on us, man.
Oh, man. I don't blame her. I blame whoever animated her.
Whatever, man. She's goofing on us, and I don't respect that.
Look, man, I'm going to ride or die with Sailor Pluto. You do whatever you want to do.
I will keep doing what I'm doing.
So that was the, double action, fucking packed, Sailor R and Sailor Moon movies that we got to see in the theaters, which is really fun. I really enjoyed it. And I don't think I'd ever watch these again.
Nah.
I don't think I'd recommend them to anybody. Unless you're a huge Sailor Moon fan, you've probably already seen these. But yeah, they were fun enough,
It was a neat little time. It's cool that I got to experience this, just knowing like some Sailor Moon fighting games and a couple of like Sailor Moon puzzle games. There hasn't been like a full-fledged Sailor Moon game. It's just been like, we'll just do like fighting and we'll fight some Sailor stuff.
I don't know what Sailor Moon is published in, but it'd be super cool if it was shown in, because then that means she can be in Jump Force, which I think would be pretty cool.
That would be so. Oh fuck,
Right?
that'd be
pretty cool. Yeah,
That'd be really tight.
So fingers crossed, I guess, for that, because then when Trip buys Jump Force, I'll play Sailor Moon nonstop.
Yeah.
Or Tuxedo Mask. Oh, that'd be so cool.
I'd be way more into Sailor Moon.
Okay. Yeah, so that was this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week, I don't know what we're talking about. We could even talk about Godzilla or, season 2 of Sword Guy, which just dropped.
Is that
yeah,
out?
it just came out.
Holy fuck. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but I might be ready for that.
We haven't decided yet, but we'll figure it out.
God.
Anyways, like I said, thanks for listening. So, hey, if you like our logo, hit up Aaron from TurbyTops.com. If you like our theme song, hit up Tom Nasser. Speaking of theme song again,
Yeah.
last week we brought it up. This week we're bringing it up again. We're going back to
Hey, I have a
fixed
plan.
it.
I have
Oh,
a plan.
okay.
I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna fuck around because I don't want to do it like ahead of time.
Yeah.
I want to do it when we're fucking around with editing this episode, cleaning up the audio, making it so you don't hear this fucking fan going on,
For
the
sure.
AC, all that shit. I have a plan. And I'm going to try my damnedest to make it work. And if it doesn't, we're going back to the original. And if it does, well, I mean, you know that it worked out, don't you? You little cutie.
Anyways, we're going on the original theme song because I don't have doubts that Trip can, fix this. I just don't think it's going to happen because Trip sucks.
Holy shit. I'll do it right fucking now.
I don't think you will. Anyways,
I'll do it right now.
So we might have Tom
Nope, he's not doing shit. I got
Really?
this.
Tom might be redoing our theme song if Trip can't figure this out. Because now,
Fighting words.
anyways, Trip, where can we find us?
People can find us on Facebook. Look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. Same thing goes for Instagram. Look up the Instant Ramen Podcast. If you want to tweet at us, tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Podcast didn't fit.
You can shoot us an email, instantRamenPodcast@gmail.com. We're on other places. We're on other things. Check us out. Spotify, iTunes, fucking Google Play Music. I don't give a shit. Go to YouTube. I don't give a fuck. Just do whatever you want. I love you.
Cool. So this is Bye from Juan.
I'll see you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water. Yeah,
It's her birthday, yeah.
Hey, congratulations,
Yeah,
Mina.
birthday, yeah.
It's your birthday.
I don't even know her. I don't even know her
Mina.
real name. I like her more and more. Like,
Yeah, you know what? I just like every character.
even Mineta.
Yeah,
People really hate him.
people really like him though.
It's weird. Someone wrote this huge.
I didn't like him because it was just like he just seems like he's pointless. But at this point, it's like, you know what? He has a buddy, and
It's a tape
they're
dude?
both kind of no, the electric dude.
Oh, they are. Oh, you're right. They are buddies.
They're total buddies.
Yeah, they're so bud.
because they're just like horny little boys.
Yeah, but the electric dude's gonna end up with the earjack chick. No, like that's shipped.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
for sure shipped.
And then Todoroki's gonna end up with Bakugo, which is pretty shipped.
Red Right's not. How's he gonna take it?
It's gonna be a 3-way thing.
All right.
You're gonna hold Bakugo.
What side does Red
Oh,
Right?
you know what side.
Okay.
I don't know what side.
All right.
I've never seen gay porn. I don't know how it works.
I wish that was in the episode.
We put it in.
Do you remember me talking about this band called I think it's called I'm in Love with a Ghost?
Yeah, I think so.
And
Yeah.
they've got like really fucking long
Weird,
titles.
yeah, names,
Found out they have a new album called Gay Story, all lowercase.
Is it on Spotify? Cool, check it
Has
out.
a bunch more of dumbass names.
Nice.
I'm so fucking into it.
Cool, check out. Okay, was it
Gay Story,
Gay
in
Story,
Love with a Ghost.
In Love with a Ghost on Spotify.
So fucking funny. I'm just scrolling through, just like, you know what? I feel like listening to some chill ass beats right now. Boop, there it is.